Have you ever seen a simple food post turn into one of the most talked about moments in the fandom? Because that's exactly what happened when Jungkook unexpectedly shared a series of food clips that, at first glance, looked completely ordinary. No explanation, no direct mention of anyone, just food, a familiar atmosphere, and a poetic line that instantly caught everyone's attention. But within minutes, fans started noticing something much deeper. The location, the mood, the timing, and even the emotional feeling behind the post seemed to remind many people of moments long associated with Taehyung. Suddenly, what looked like a casual update became the center of endless discussions across social media. Was Jungkook simply sharing another favorite place and meal? Or did this post quietly bring back memories that fans immediately recognized? What people discovered next only made the conversation even bigger. And once you see the details fans are pointing out, you might understand why everyone is talking about this post right now. What made this moment even more intriguing was how quickly the conversation shifted from the food itself to the emotions surrounding the post. Fans initially focused on the dishes shown in Jungkook's upload, carefully analyzing every frame, every angle, and every detail that appeared on screen. Yet, the longer people watched, the less the food seemed to matter. Attention gradually moved toward the atmosphere of the post, the nostalgic feeling it carried, and the unexpected caption that accompanied it. Many described the update as unusually reflective. The poetic line attached to the story immediately stood out because it felt different from a typical food recommendation or casual daily update. It carried a tone that many interpreted as thoughtful, almost as if Jungkook wanted viewers to pay attention to something beyond the meal itself. That single detail sparked a wave of discussions. As screenshots spread across social media, fans began comparing the post with older memories, archived photos, and moments that had become iconic over the years. Some remembered past outings. Others pointed out similarities in locations, settings, and personal preferences that had been shared publicly before. The more people looked, the more connections they believed they were finding. Soon, the focus wasn't simply on where Jungkook was eating. The bigger question became why this particular place appeared now. Timing played a major role in the growing curiosity. Fans know that even the smallest update from BTS members can become a major topic overnight. But this felt different. The emotional reaction wasn't driven by excitement alone. It was driven by nostalgia. There was something familiar about the entire mood. The warm lighting, the comforting food, the quiet atmosphere, and the sense of returning to something meaningful. Those elements combined to create a feeling that many viewers struggled to ignore. Across multiple fan communities, people began sharing memories connected to previous moments involving Jungkook and Taehyung. Old photos resurfaced. Long-forgotten posts were suddenly circulating again. Discussions that had been quiet for months were once again appearing on timelines everywhere. What surprised many observers was how naturally the conversation unfolded. Nobody needed an official explanation. Nobody needed a direct reference. The emotions alone seemed to drive the discussion. And that is exactly why the post became so powerful. Sometimes the most talked about moments are not the loudest ones. They are the quiet updates that leave room for interpretation. The updates that make people stop scrolling. The updates that cause thousands of fans to revisit memories they thought they had forgotten. As engagement continued to rise, another interesting detail emerged. Several fans noticed that the location itself appeared remarkably familiar. Whether it was the interior design, the style of food, or the overall atmosphere, many believed it carried a strong sense of history connected to moments that longtime followers would immediately recognize. That observation only fueled more speculation. Theories multiplied. Posts gained traction. Videos discussing the update began collecting views at an incredible pace. Every hour seemed to bring a new discovery. Every discussion seemed to uncover another layer. And despite all the analysis, one question remained unanswered. Was Jungkook fully aware of the reaction this post would create? Some fans believe he simply wanted to share a comforting moment from his day. Others believe the emotional tone of the caption suggests there may have been a deeper reason behind the upload. The truth remains unknown. Yet, perhaps that uncertainty is exactly what keeps people talking because the post never directly explains itself. Instead, it invites viewers to interpret it through their own memories. And in a fandom built on years of unforgettable moments, that can be more powerful than any explanation. As the conversation continues to grow, Many fans are now revisiting older content, comparing details, and searching for clues that might reveal why this update feels so significant. Whether it was a simple food post or something that quietly brought back meaningful memories, one thing is certain. A few seconds of footage were enough to capture the attention of an entire fandom, and the deeper fans look into the details, the more questions seem to appear. Questions that may lead to an even bigger discovery still waiting to be noticed. As millions of fans continued discussing the post, another unexpected detail began gaining attention. It wasn't the food, it wasn't the caption, and it wasn't even the location anymore. It was the feeling that the entire update seemed carefully preserved, almost like a memory being revisited rather than a moment being created. The more viewers examined the content, the more they noticed how different the energy felt compared to many ordinary updates. There was a sense of comfort throughout the post, a calmness that stood out in a world where social media is often fast, loud, and constantly changing. This update felt personal, not because of what was shown but because of what wasn't. There were no explanations, no lengthy messages, and no attempt to guide the audience toward a specific conclusion. Instead, fans were left with fragments. A place, a meal, a caption, and a mood. And somehow, those fragments became enough to ignite one of the biggest conversations of the week. As fan edits and analysis videos began flooding timelines, longtime followers pointed out something fascinating. Many of the moments that become unforgettable in BTS history aren't necessarily the biggest public events. They're the quiet moments, the moments that appear simple on the surface, but carry emotional weight underneath. The moments that make people remember why they became fans in the first place. That realization caused the discussion to evolve again. People stopped asking what the post meant. They started asking why it made them feel so emotional. For some, it was nostalgia. For others, it was the reminder of years of shared memories, friendships, and moments that have shaped BTS's journey. And for many, it was the possibility that certain places never lose their meaning, no matter how much time passes. The emotional response became impossible to ignore. Comments poured in from fans who admitted that they had gone back to look at older photos immediately after seeing Jungkook's update. Others said the post felt like opening a photo album they hadn't touched in years. A single upload had somehow connected the past and the present, and that connection was becoming stronger with every passing hour. Then another question began circulating. If this place still holds such strong memories for fans, does it hold similar memories for Jungkook himself? Nobody knows the answer. Yet, the possibility alone was enough to keep the discussion alive, because sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones left unfinished, the ones that leave room for imagination, the ones that make people wonder long after the screen goes dark. As engagement numbers continued climbing, one thing became clear. This was no longer just another social media update. It had become a moment that reminded fans how quickly a simple post can bring thousands of people together around a shared memory. And while everyone was busy searching for clues, connecting timelines, and revisiting old moments, there may have been one detail hiding in plain sight all along. A detail that very few people noticed at first. But once fans started talking about it, the entire conversation took an even more unexpected turn. And that discovery may be the reason this story is far from over.